One of the things that I really enjoy doing when I'm reviewing a book is to make my own rating system sort of tailored to the particular author that I'm reviewing. For instance, with Betty Neal's, it was all food items. That woman loved to talk about food and describe food. And so our very bottom rated things were things like digestive biscuits and beans on toast. And our highest ones were things like queen of puddings and lashings of whipped cream. It made it a lot of fun. For Essie Summers, I devised a plan to make all of her rating things disasters. And I thought the worst disaster would be our very, very best rated books. And so I thought I'd take you through them, and it'll give you an idea of what to expect with Essie Summers, and also sort of where her disastrous range goes to. There's no like Titanics here. There's none of that. But we do have some terrible domestic things to start us off. So number one, the least disastrous thing that can happen is unexpected guests. The thing about unexpected guests in the land of Essie Summers is that they are always going to look so good. They're always going to be women who look so good and waltz in, and they're going to have some like weird history with, the heroine's farmer crush. And they are also going to probably catch the household looking its worst, like right after a measles epidemic or something. And when all of the tins of cookies and shortbreads and fruitcakes have all been eaten through, and she's serving like leftovers and a quick curry and salad to put on the kitchen table. That's when she's getting unexpected guests, and it's terrible. Our number two is laundering nappies. I should not have to explain to anybody why laundering nappies is a disaster. It just is. In farm life, those things pile up. Sometimes the electricity goes out and plays up, and our heroines just have to go to it and start washing things by hand, which I changed diapers for 16 years. I know something about bottoms and babies. This is a disaster. Maybe I should have put it higher. Number three is trouble with the stove. Very often, especially in these back high country sheep stations, they'll have these enormous gas stoves that are always, or maybe not gas. I don't even know right now. I can't think. But they'll always be warm. They'll always have like different drawers for different things. And some of our heroines know what they are and can handle them. And some of them are like, I just put something in and it's got a hard burned crust, but the inside is a brick of ice. And she has to throw out her very bad efforts and hope the pigs or chickens don't get sick off of them. It sounds like a terrible disaster. Number four is a runaway horse. It is a disaster and sad indeed when the super hot hired nanny cannot ride a horse around the paddocks to watch after the children. It provides opportunities, though, for our heroes to play the role of rescuer or just terrified bystander. And so it's a disaster that's fraught with a lot of feels. Number five is a crumbling ledge. Sometimes when ledges crumble, the only things that are going to save you are a small child who has to run back home on their own, or an ancient family artifact. You just never know what it's going to be. Disclosures will happen when ledges crumble. Number six, fire at the Drapers. Let's get off the farm and go back in town. A lot of Essie Summers books happen in town, and a lot of them happen around department stores. And sometimes there are fires because arsonists are a thing. And the thing about that is that often it leads to late night inventorying and cleanup, or even a bit of arsonist catching. Number seven is flash flood. Flash floods, especially in the back country, are going to wash out roads. They're going to cut off sheep stations. They are going to even threaten drownings sometimes. They they're like one of those Deus Ex Machinas that just sort of come in and thunder through and upset the entire plot. Number 8 is digging out the sheep. Look, blizzard's gonna blizzard, and there's still sheep up there. And I didn't know before I read Essie Summers that sheep will gather there under the snow, and you can see their little like steam emitting from these snowdrifts. And so very often, if you're good on skis at all, you got to strap them on and go dig out these sheep that can come in and be rescued and probably mess up your kitchen for the next week. Number 9 is a summer storm. A summer storm can often take out the TV or telephone communications, which is really handy when you're running a plot. It can also be the cause of an impending storm, can be the cause of a midnight harvest, which is one of my favorite things in Essie Summers, mostly because I never had to do a midnight harvest. It all sounds romantic. And then number 10, the very top of our disaster scale, is a landslip, when the side of a mountain just thunders down and wipes out all sorts of things. And as disastrous as it is, in at least one of the books, the landslip is a welcome, and wonderful change. This is our rating system for our reviews of Essie Summers. I hope that you enjoy reading along with us.